What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Duelist Tips number 2. So here's a version that I'm actually going to be interested in talking about, and it's actually conserving gems. We all know that Duel Links is quite generous whenever it is going to give gems, give free tickets, etc, etc. But there's one thing I like to point out is that gems are very important in this game. If you're a free-to-play player like me, you're gonna be very conservative on what your gems are going to use for. So that brings me to this part. So spending gems is actually something that is basically money for you. Is basically in-game currency. So you see cards like this where you can exchange, right? Especially in the UR section. Some of these cards require gems to be traded off just to get the prismatic copy of it, and that's not a good thing, by the way. If you're gonna go for a prismatic copy of a certain card, don't go for it for UR or SR. Another thing I want to point out is that conserve your gems because of what you're looking at right now. All the different boxes here. Every rotation, every like 1 to 2 months, Duel Links always give like a new box set. That's including the free 500 gems for you to open up the box. All of these boxes seem interesting and all, but if you actually want to play a certain archetype, or you're trying to like save gems and be more streetwise, I do recommend you check out the different boxes and its content. For example, yeah, this Infinite Ray is a good example of the entire box set anyway. So the card the cover card itself is actually Utopic Ray. You basically exceed summon using Utopia. So including Utopia, it'll have 3 materials, including the first one you get. It does not have the protection effect like the normal Utopia, but it does gain 1000 attack points on the condition that your life points are 1000 or less. Another thing is that you need to really survey out the UR cards and SR cards available. So UR cards, you have Dark Talonarch Balthalamus, Starsail Scepter, Katakoge, Rescue Rabbit, Chaos Dragon Lavenier, and Heretic Seal. So you see that there's a lot of like good cards here. You would actually think that, oh, it's a pretty good box. But here's one thing I'd like you to know. Some cards here are actually good for their individual archetype. But first of all, what archetype are you actually planning to play? If you're a Black Wings player and suddenly this new box come out, you might feel the temptation to actually buy a few packs. I get it, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! You definitely want to open up a few packs. But here's the first thing that comes to mind. Would you rather spend your 500 gems here on a different archetype than your own? Or would you rather go back to, you know, the good old basics of Aerial Assault, where there's actually a larger amount of Blackwing cards here, as well as Baronite Dragon out of the Ice Barrier, including some invoke supports as well. So if you're gonna go for a boss, go for something that actually helps your current archetype. However, if you're planning to try out a different archetype altogether, then sure, you can go ahead. No one's stopping you. Because overall, it's up to your own decision whether you want to actually like spend gems on the 3 boxes that you have. For me, I made the mistake of actually expending most of my gems on Antinomic Theory, the new main box that came out. Yes, the card here, Mystical Space Typhoon, is a very much sought after card. If you ask me, it's not as good as a Cosmic Cyclone, because Cosmic Cyclone at least banishes a card, because most of the time when certain spell or traps are destroyed, they have a graveyard effect. So this is good in its own way as well, but not really in my opinion. Other than that, cards here are Sharks, TG Drill, TG cards, and you're actually playing a free-to-play TG deck. I also have a deck profile that's free to play, is inside my playlist as well. I'll link it in the description if you want to. So here's the thing, if you're gonna play for TG Halberd Cannon, you're gonna have to like adjust to what skills you're gonna adjust to Antinomy. Antinomy himself has a skill where if you synchro summon twice, you can actually bring out a reciprocal dragonfly, which is this guy right here. And you can target a turn TG monster you control, send it to the graveyard, then all synchro monsters we use for the synchro summon can be special summoned onto the field. So basically what you use to summon a level 10 synchro monster, you can use it to extend into a level 12 synchro play. Because a TG Hobart Cannon requires a tuner synchro monster and 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters, so Excel Synchro. It's actually the archetype is actually fun to play. I have actually play tested it in the recent event of Turbo Duel Grand Prix. I made it to Elite number 2 with a free-to-play TG deck, and it's pretty fun. Okay, so back to the topic of gems. So gems are also obtainable through login and anniversary rewards like the SR tickets, and you can also obtain them by leveling up your different other characters. If you're a returning player, I tell you, you have a lot of opportunities to actually like gain more gems. Zexal World got introduced last year, so you actually now have the chance to get more gems with these guys.
Here we go, Yuma.
So the levels of the Duelist increase as per your stage mission level as well. So it's actually recommended that you max out the characters regardless of who or whatever they are. Whether you like them or not, you're just doing it for the gems. So just like Tori Meadows for example, I don't like the character. She's basically Tear Gardner but with a much more horrible deck in the anime anyway, not in the entire concept of her. So actually the characters don't actually matter because you're actually using them for the skills. As you see on the right hand corner here, this is basically a list of skills I have for the characters.
I'm known as the number hunter.
The fan favorites like Kite Tenjo, Reginald Shark Castle, it's all regardless of their characters and whatsoever. What's important is the skills itself. Different characters have their own different access to skills as well. So by leveling up the characters, you not only have another access to certain cards, you have more gems as you go along. For example, just like Joey, check it out. I basically maxed him out and look at that, all the gems accumulated so far. It was a pretty rough grind, but dang, I tell you, it's worth it. So what is the main takeaway of this episode? Be more conservative on your gems. Find out whether a box you're gonna invest in will it be actually more beneficial to you, and whether it's actually something you want to try out. If you have a large amount of gems, or you're gonna pay the money to actually invest in the game itself, then go ahead. Then go ahead. If you're a free-to-play player like me, you're gonna be very cautious of what type of products you're gonna spend on, especially your gems. And also, like I'm gonna point out, you actually can get free gems around. So by clicking the areas that I'm clicking right now, you can actually get your daily access of gems as well. Normally they'll range to 1 to 5 gems, so normally it's 1 to 3. And also, if you watch the duel replay right here in this little TV box, you get to earn 5 gems, 1 replay a day. And other than these normal replays and leveling up characters, sometimes when you duel, you participate in the ranked duels itself. If you participate in the ranked duel itself, you actually gain more gems as well. So here's the details on the rewards. So you have the SR tickets, etc, etc. And if you have a lot of cumulative victories and if you're gonna reach a higher rank, the gems will keep increasing, and keep increasing. So you can be a competitive player and earning gems at the same time. And that's all I'm about to say for it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This episode basically on how to conserve your gems and put it to good use. And I hope you actually learn a thing or two for those of you new players or returning players. That's all. I'd like to say thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. So bye for now.